My dear students, myself Bhuvneshwari Matakali. I am your science teacher. Today we are going to study about the chapter motion. Comes in physics. Let's study about the chapter motion. First of all, you know about the what is motion. Motion. In a simple words, we say that whenever a body is moving, it is in motion. Okay. Let's suppose take an example to understand about the motion. Suppose a boy is walking down the street from his home to his school. We say the boy is in motion. Okay. Suppose he stops walking for a while and sitting down. Now he is in motion? No. So from this we infer that the motion is depend on time. In physics, we say that motion is the change in the position of fin of body with respect to time. Okay, what is motion? Motion is a change in the position of body with respect to the time is called motion. Now, this is motion. We now learn about the types of motions. There are 4 types of motion. There are 4 types of motion. What are they? Linear. First is linear motion. What is linear motion? Suppose you are driving a car. Mostly roads are straight. You are driving a car in a straight road is called linear motion. Okay. Now second one, rotational motion. What is the second type of motion? Is rotational motion. Rotational motion is, you all know that Earth rotates in own axis. The Earth rotates its own axis. Rotation of Earth, what causes? Rotation of Earth causes day and night. This type of motion is known as rotational motion. Okay. Now, third one is circular motion. All roads are not straight. In India, you all know that all roads are not straight. In roads there are some woods. We go hill station like this. Hill station places, the roads are like this. Okay? You are driving a car in this type of path is called circular motion. Right? The last one is vibratory motion. Vibratory motion, as from the vibratory motion, you all see the musical instrument guitar. The guitar is like this. Okay, the guitar is like this. These are strings in it. You want to play music, to play guitar, you strike the finger to these strings. When you strike the fingers to these strings, the vibration occurs. This is vibratory motion. Okay, students. Now you learn about the 4 types of motions. Okay. Now you learn about the motion and type of motion. Now we come to understand force. Your earlier classes you are studying that force means in a simple way pull or a push. Okay, so force means pull or push. But in physics we define force as an effort that changes the state of an object or in rest or in uniform motion is called force. What is force? A force is an effort motion that changes the state of an object, the state of an object at rest or at uniform motion. Okay students, what is force? A force is an effect that changes the state of an object at rest or in uniform motion. There are two types of forces. Okay students, two types of forces. What are they? Balanced and unbalanced force. To explain balanced force and unbalanced, we take an example. This is an horizontal table. We put a block on it, wooden block, okay, and tie a string here and here, x and y, namely x and y. If a persons are pulling string from both the sides with equal force, there is no change in the position of the block. This type of force is a balancer. Like we are balancing force to both sides. We are giving same force, so same effort. This causes no changes in the position of the block. But if a person of x side pulling the string greater force than the force pulling at y side, what happened? The block moving toward the x side. This is the unbalanced force. Here we are giving unbalanced efforts to pull the string. It causes the block in motion, moving towards it. Okay. Now you understand the balanced force and unbalanced, the types of forces. Okay. What are studying you today? Motion and force. Now we know about the relation between force and motion. You know the definition of force and motion and understand. Now, what is the relation between force and motion? There is deeply relation between force and motion in nature. Whatever we happening, whatever we force happening, then force is the cause of the motion. Force is the cause of motion. Suppose something is moving, there is some force is acting on it. We take an example. If a person is working, what causes on it? What force is causing? In something, force is called acting on it, so that he was able to move. What force? Muscular force of his body. Okay, students. What type of force? Muscular force of his body is able to walk him. Many scientists discover many laws to describe the relation between force and motion. From those popular scientists, the Sir Isaac Newton discovered 3 laws of motion. Laws of motion to describe the relation between force and motion. From these 3 laws of motion, he come in 3 conclusions. What are they conclusions? First, force accelerate our body. Second one, force decelerate our body. Third is force can change the position of moving body. What are the three conclusions, students? Force accelerate our body means if we are kicking a ball, we are pushing the force, we are giving the force. Huh? This is called we are accelerating the force accelerate our body. The second decelerate that ball if we stop, we are giving force to stop the body. This is because we are decelerating of the body. Third force can change the position of a moving body. These are the three conclusions given by Sir Isaac Newton, who discovered the relation between force and law. So now we learn the first law of motion given by Sir Isaac Newton is first law of motion, or it is also called law of inertia. Okay, students, what is the first law of motion? A body continues to be in the state of rest or in the state of uniform motion unless compelled by an unbalanced force on it. This is the first law of motion. What is the first law of motion? A body continues to be in rest or in uniform motion unless unbalanced force acting on it. This is the first law of motion. This is also called law of inertia. Now, what is inertia? Inertia means every object has a tendency to remain in rest or in motion. Okay. So, for example, we have to understand inertia. We take an example. Suppose a ball has 2 kg and then a football. A ball has a 2 kg weight, then a football. We can easily kick to football than the 2 kg ball, because the greater the inertia of a body, we need greater force to push the body. Okay. Now, to understand the first law of motion, we take an example. Suppose this is a mango tree. The mango fruit is grown on the mango tree. A boy wants mango fruit. What he do? He shake the tree. Okay. While he is shaking the tree, the branches of tree also shaken. It causes motion on the tree. While the branches shaken, the fruit attached to the branch fell down to the ground. The boy is not even touching the mango fruit. He is just shaking the tree. Shaking of tree, the fruit fell down. In this, the first law of motion is applicable. Now, we take another daily example. This is an empty glass. We kept a cardboard on it and a coin on the cardboard. The coin is in the rest position. We flip the cardboard. What happened? The coin is in the rest position, comes down at the bottom of the glass. We are not even touching the coin. We just flip the coin, the rest position comes down the glass. This is a daily happening in our life, in which even we do not know, in which the first law of motion is applicable. Okay, students. Now, in the second class, we learn about the second law of motion. Okay, students. Thank you.